Good morning, children. Welcome to Moral Science class. Today, we are going to discuss the topic a spiritual connection. A human being is both body and soul. Generally, we take much care of the body. Children, how do we care our body? Eating healthy food, keeping the body clean, doing regular exercise, taking rest at proper times. All these ensures a nourished and robust body. What is meant by robust? Strong and healthy. Because human being is combined with the body and soul. So we should take much care of the body. And just as the body needs to be nourished, the soul also needs nourishment. Then what is soul? What is one's soul? Let's see different descriptions of soul. The great philosopher Aristotle stated that man is a composite of body and soul. Man is a composite, that means combination of body and soul. And one Jewish website described the soul as the self, the I that inhabits the body and acts through it, that is soul, that is the self. Without the soul, the body is like a light bulb without electricity, a computer without the software, a space suit with no astronaut inside. With the introduction of the soul, the body acquires life, sight and hearing, thought and speech, intelligence and emotions, will and desire, personality and identity. From these, it is clear that children, soul is the essential thing. Without soul, our body is incomplete. And with the introduction of the soul, the body acquires life, sight, hearing, thought, speech, intelligence, emotions, will, desire, personality and identity. Without all these, our body is motionless. Jainism, one of India's ancient religions, has as one of its basic tenets the knowledge of self or soul. Tenet means their principle or belief. So, Jainism has a belief in knowledge of self or soul. What is that? As per Jain philosophy, anyone who does not have the true knowledge of the self and yet has vast knowledge of all books and other worldly arts, sciences and objects is still considered ignorant. That means, according to Jain philosophy, everyone should have the true knowledge of self rather than the knowledge of all books and other things. They give more priority to self or soul. If anyone does not have the true knowledge of self or soul and has vast knowledge of all books and other things, is considered as ignorant. The foremost essential duty of every individual is to acquire the true knowledge of self, even at the expense of leaving all his worldly affairs. What is the essential duty of every individual? To acquire the true knowledge of self, even at the expense of leaving all other things. Until one has the knowledge of the self or his soul, he cannot progress further on the path of spiritual purification. That means when one has acquired the knowledge of self or his soul, then only he can progress in the path of spiritual purification. Let's know how can we gain this knowledge of the soul. A body without proper and daily nourishment grows weak and meets with a death. Similarly, our soul will also die of spiritual starvation unless we nourish the soul with the spiritual exercises. Our body will weak and meets with the death if it doesn't get proper and daily nourishment. Like that, our soul will also die of spiritual starvation if we do not nourish the soul with the spiritual exercises. That means spiritual exercises is essential in our life. It is very, very important in our life. Spiritual exercises keep us in constant communion with the God. Communion means sharing our thoughts and feelings. So, spiritual exercises keep us in continuous communion with God, constant communion with God. We, as human beings, despite our shortcomings and limitations, have an innate desire to connect with the divine. Through regular or daily spiritual exercises, we can sustain a close communion and relationship with our Creator, that is, with our God. Despite our shortcomings and limitations, we should have an innate desire to connect with the divine, and it is only possible through regular spiritual exercises, and it enhances close communion and relationship with our Creator, that is, with our God. All religions preach the need to connect with God on a regular basis. Though the ways and manner prescribed vary from religion to religion, the basic concept remains the same. That is, all religions, talks, and morals aim to connect with God on a regular basis. The ways and manner prescribed for this are different from religion to religion. Though it is different, the basic concept remains the same. What is that? That it is essential to be attuned to God to sustain our soul. Attuned means bring a harmony with God. It is essential to bring a harmony with God to sustain our soul. Nearly all religions have a special time during the year when devotees are encouraged to renew their religious beliefs and make a concerted effort to provide nourishment for their souls. Children, all religions have a special time during the year to renew their religious beliefs and to provide nourishment for their souls. For Muslims, it is the holy month of Ramadan when they observe strict fasting from dawn to sunset. So, for Muslims, it is the holy month of Ramadan. They observe strict fasting from dawn to sunset. And for Christians, 40 days of prayer, penance, and fasting in preparation for Easter. Karkidagam, the last month of the Malayalam calendar, is regarded as special by Hindus who devote time for the recitation of Ramayana and undertake a pilgrimage to 4 holy temples during this month. So, children, the ways and manner prescribed to connect with God are different from religion to religion. Here, for Muslims, holy month of Ramadan, and Christians, 40 days of prayer and fasting for Easter. Karkidagam is the last month of the Malayalam calendar, is regarded as the special for Hindus. Though these ways and manners are different, the basic concept remains the same. That is, create a close communion and relationship with God through regular spiritual exercises. If we do not nourish our soul with the spiritual exercises, it will gradually die.